Let me ask you this. Given the fact that Senator Graham has served, as I said, since '95, and he's pretty much, held a commanding lead in the state in terms of his Senate seat, obviously until now, and we're seeing polls tightening. Why do you think after all of these years, it looks like Senator Graham is now losing favor with folks in South Carolina? Is there something unique about 2020, unique about Senator Graham in 2020?
Well, this is a thing. That was the old Lindsey Graham. This is a new Lindsey Graham. I like to say there's Lindsey Graham 1.0, and now I'm running against Lindsey Graham 2.0. Two different people.
So when did Lindsey Graham 2.0 come into existence?
It seems like at the moment, right around the passing of John McCain, and maybe a little before that, that Lindsey Graham the old Lindsey Graham finally went away and this new Lindsey Graham emerged. Just think about this. In the presidential contest, Lindsey Graham called Donald Trump a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. Those, I grew up in the South. My grandma would tell you, you don't use that type of language unless you mean it, right? And now he's saying, well, I don't understand. Why are people trying to castigate the president in that manner? Like, Lindsey, I didn't call the president that. You did. But just like on a dime, you flip-flop. I mean, this is a guy who said in many interviews that his two important goals for this year is running for re-election and being re-elected and being relevant, politically relevant. He never uttered the two words, helping the people of South Carolina address X, Y, and Z. He never talked about that. And so what Lindsey saw is something that I think epitomizes why people hate politics and why they distrust politicians. It is because this guy has his interest as his number one priority and not the interest of the people. He wants to be important. He wants to be in the president's orbit, as he has said multiple times. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about flying on Air Force One, getting invited to the White House cookout. That doesn't matter if I'm not doing the work to improve the lives of the people in South Carolina. And that's the problem that I have with Lindsey Graham. The old Lindsey Graham, I thought, did a fairly good job. This new Lindsey Graham is MIA. He is missing in action, and he's not doing what the folks here desperately need him to do.